I've met the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. I've never seen her before.
Right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Love Island cast. I am one of your hosts, Chris Phelps. My co-host and very good friend, who I'm starting to love, is Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris. Well, thank you very much. And you know, every week you introduce me as your very good friend, and notice how I don't return the compliment?
Exactly, and you fucking Giannina, Dave, or what? Is that me for that?
No, I automatically go and I'm thinking into the next thing. But of course, you are my very special friend, mate.
That sounds even worse.
Friend. Not like that sort of special friend.
Yeah.
Now, Chris, we are almost there. We're at the penultimate episode now. So where do you want to start today?
I think, Dave, we're going to start, if we can, with the end of the show with Giannina and Damien, because what the fuck's going on, Dave? I mean, she, through the episode, shows her undying love for him, where she's been a bit flaky, and he was an absolute mess. And talk about a fucking cliffhanger, Dave. I don't think we could have even got Who Shot JR back, would have given us more of a cliffhanger, because he's leading up to it. He's like, everything's about, oh, it's a great day. I think she comes in, she's brought in, obviously, by her dad and all that. And then he's fucking crying his eyes out. And I'm thinking, oh, he's not going to fucking dip her, is he? What the fuck is going on? If out of any of the two, I would have thought it would have been her. I could be wrong, Dave, but the whole, why would you be crying like that if you're going to get married? And they fucking left it, so we've got to watch the next one now.
Yeah, the bastards. Love Island usually gets us with a good cliffhanger, doesn't it? And this was another good cliffhanger. So, I don't know. What I like about this couple, Chris, is how they resolve their arguments. So we've seen a few times the flare-ups, and honestly, right at the start, I just didn't see this couple working at all, and I'm still not quite sure. But when they have arguments, they seem to get all feisty, but at the end of it, they've resolved it. You know, so as opposed to, like, say, Jessica and Mark, where it gets to the end of it and nothing's really resolved. And I think, you know, for me, that has a glimmer of hope that this couple might work. But how were you at your wedding, Chris? Did you get a bit of emotions running through you there, or were you like chilled as a newt?
I think I was just nervous at the church. I was. That was it. I wasn't. I remember Sam was really nervous. Her dad walked her down the aisle, and she was like fucking Bambi on ice. You know, Sam's usually the cool one. Well, I'm the cool one. She's like, you know, but she's usually got her shit together more than me. But no, I certainly wasn't crying anyway, Dave. Not that I remember.
I mean, he was proper gone, wasn't he? And so I don't know. I mean, I was nervous as fuck, right? And I guess that's more the nerves that's within him, isn't it? He's not just nervous or emotional. There's some sort of turmoil there. So I thought, like I say, I'm impressed how they resolve the conflict between them. But I can't wait for the next episode. So can we wrap this up so I can fucking find out what happened?
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, I am absolutely perplexed with his reaction. It was just completely a 180 from the way he acted in the whole of the episode. And obviously the girls had like a bucks party, a hen do, didn't they? The bucks party, the guys, sorry, a hen do. The guys had the bucks party. Had a stripper. You know, the guys was pretty boring, really. There was nothing there. They were just sort of, the lads are trying to justify. Mark was like throwing out a bit of a speech, wanting in that. And there's nothing for between them two that Giannina and Damien that I actually had any worry about. She seemed really, really loved up on the guy and everything. I'm thinking, oh God. And I didn't expect that we were going to see a wedding as such at the end of this episode. I thought it would all play out on the last episode. I don't know how long the last episode is, but I genuinely thought, I was quite shocked. So obviously it leaves you with that, oh, fuck, I need to watch it. And you're right, I'm literally going to be watching it as soon as we finish this. But I don't know, Dave. It's fucking very, very bizarre, that. It really is.
Yeah. But you mentioned about like the hen party and stuff there, and like pretty much all of them got hammered. So it's not, so Jessica doesn't stand out quite so much. But I mean, what? Any particular highlights out of that, out of the hen party or the bachelor party?
No, not really. I mean, the girls were having a bit of fun, weren't they? There was nothing untoward. I know Jessica got sort of pinned up and legs in the air and stuff, but it's just all a bit of fun. There was nothing untoward. It was more the guys thing. It was a bit boring, but it was all serious. And the couple of the guys like Mark and that were still trying to justify what they've done in the relationship. I mean, Jessica had mentioned before the hen to her friends, and she's 24, and they were like, who gives a fuck? She's obviously really hung up on it.
I'm sorry, when she's having that conversation though, and they ask her, and they're like, "Oh, is the sex really good?" And she pauses, and she's like, "Yeah."
You know what? I was going to say, they've not had fucking sex at all.
Not a chance.
Fucking chance. They might have had a few bits of solo action, but not with each other anyway. Not a fucking chance. No one can be. I picked up on that straight away. I was like, fuck off. But her friends were being friends and just told her. Dave, I will say though, just movies like My Good Friend Amber, who I don't like, the fakest shit we have ever seen. So obviously all the girls have couple of friends turn up. They're like, the guys are the same. And it pans to her, and she's doing this fake cry, hurting. They're going, "Oh my God, it's me! I'm on the bus." It's like, not one fucking tear is coming down your face, Amber, at all. It was so fake and unbelievable. I'm thinking, go on, let me see a tear here. There was nothing. I'm just like, you are so fucking fake. It's unbelievable. I don't buy into any of this bullshit at all with her, Dave. I'm sorry. I know I've gone, just hate her. I'm not usually like this, but just there's something about her. And it was just completely convoluted bullshit that she was spouting. I couldn't understand what she was saying, and I didn't buy into any of that. I mean, did you believe any of that, Dave? I don't know if it's just me being Oscar the Grouch.
No, I don't think so. And I think, we started quite far apart on Amber and Barnett, and I was quite behind them. I thought they worked. They looked good as a couple. And actually, I still think they look good as a couple, but there's not much more beyond that, I don't think. And so, and Barnett, he's definitely having his doubts, isn't he? And I think, I'm not sure how much they've got going for them, other than they look good together. Whereas I was rock solid on that. Episode 5, I called it. Yep, they're definitely going to get married. I'm wavering a bit. I'm going to stick to my prediction, but yeah, not convinced.
No, I'm with you. I'll be completely skeptical if they get together. The only ones who I can see is Lauren and Cameron, and Kelly and Kenny. I just think they're all so fucking vanilla, aren't they? Them four. They're there. I'm pretty certain they're all going to be together.
Do you not think though? I mean, Lauren seems to be wavering a bit, and I still think, Chris, from was it episode 2 or somewhere around the beginning, I said basically Cameron is a serial killer. The way he looks at her is like it's like a great white shark, when he sort of rolls his eyes back, and she seems quite authentic, quite real, and being open, and there's something about him that is very Dexter-like.
Yeah, I tell you what I agree with. When they went to that little hut thing, was he literally doesn't let her breathe, does he? He's like his arms round her, and he's right in her fucking face. And I'm thinking, well, you've not been eating garlic or onions, Cameron, because you're not fucking going to get any closer than what you are. He's very intense, and he sort of answers her. He asks a question, but then answers it for her before she can say anything. So I do agree with that. However, I do think, when she's snuggled into him, I do think they are together. I agree. I think it's more she's having her doubts, and I don't know why. So whether that plays out in the last episode, Dave, but I think, and Kenny and Kelly, I don't see anything wrong with them, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, a fairly beige couple, aren't they? I do think, unfortunately, in the pods and everything, and when they could just be focused on each other, where Lauren and Cameron could just be focused on each other, I think they were great, and they got on like a house on fire. It comes across to me that Lauren is concerned about being an interracial couple, and that's what she's having doubts about. But Yeah, I'd like to say I can't change my prediction now. I said they'd get married, so I'm going to have to stick with it. But she's definitely wavering. There is nothing that would change his mind. But yeah, she's definitely not too sure, I don't think.
No, well, we'll see, Dave, as we go into it. I mean, our good friend and sort of show couple is Jessica and Mark. Not convinced at all with these two. I mean, Jessica, to be fair, she's very, very vulnerable this episode again. She's an absolute mess. Now, I don't know whether she's a mess because I said it to you, like, why don't you just walk away if you don't like the guy? And I don't see anything between them. Don't just do it for the fame and the fucking adulation of being on a fucking TV show on Netflix or whatever, whatever station it was showed on in America. Just do it because you love the guy. She has no interest in him. Now, I don't know whether finally she's getting a strike of conscience, but she's really, really on the edge, Dave. And I think the producers really have got to watch that because I think after the show, she may have. Obviously, we've not seen what happens, but she might get some sort of backlash because it's very similar to when someone plays the bad guy or bad girl in Love Island, isn't it? You've got to tread a fine line sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Who knows? I mean, I guess we could always Google, but we've been trying to, separate ourselves from the outside world and just, go episode by episode. So, I guess we'll find out a bit when we come out of our little bubble here.
I mean, what do you think, Dave, going into the last episode? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Like couple-wise?
I guess it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because the producers aren't daft. And I think, I said very early on, I think possibly even episode 1, I said the level of production is so high in this. I mean, so Damien, he took, he set up a nice little date, with Giannina, and she's getting all gooey and, about how romantic he is. And in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking, well, didn't the producers just say, right, do this, you do this, here's some flowers, give us some flowers? None of it's authentic. It's all just shot scene by scene. So I just don't know. And even the stuff with Amber and Barnett, are they just intentionally picking out the most negative bits to give us a bit of a storyline? So they're creating doubts in our minds, but, it's for a story. It's not because it's real.
Yeah.
Have I successfully waffled and avoided the question there?
Yeah, you done well there. Politician Horrocks there, yeah.
So, I mean, I think I'm right. I'm going to stick to my original predictions. So, Kenny and Kelly, get married. Amber and Barnett. Yeah, we'll get married, I think. Maybe. No, I reckon I'm 60% that they will. Cameron and Lauren, yeah, I think they will as well. I'm probably 51%, 49% on that though right now. Again, because I think we've seen this switch from her, from them being just together in their own little bubble. Then she's introduced to the outside world and she's changed. And just become aware of the outside world, which is sad, isn't it? But, she's just being practical as well. So, yeah, I think I'm going to stick with them. Jessica and Mark, not a fucking chance.
No.
Am I missing anyone?
No.
What about you? I mean, what do you reckon?
I think we'll just get the elephant out of the room. Jessica and Mark, not a fucking chance in hell. Kenny and Kelly, yes. I think Cameron and Lauren will come through, yes. Gina and Damien, I still think they will.
I didn't answer that.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry, Gina. I still think they will, despite what they did. Is it just a bit of clever editing, as you mentioned, like on the end of the show? I'm not sure. Barnett and Amber, again, I think Amber's got too much to lose if she says no. So I honestly think she's going to say yes. If I'm being honest.
I don't think there's no doubt in my mind. Amber's sat at home watching Netflix, drinking wine. I think there's no doubt for me she will say yes. I just think I can see a bit of conflict in Barnett. So I still think they're going to go for it, but yeah, I wasn't as sure as I was back in episode 5, to be honest.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, Dave, how like over a period of so many episodes, your opinion change on the couples and that.
Episode by episode, pretty much.
Yeah, literally. But no,
I'm with you, though. I think Damien and Giannina will get married. It's a bit bizarre, his whole like blubbering mess type situation, but I guess, he's such a boring git, isn't he? I guess just maybe that veneer has been stripped away, and so he's just getting upset.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? But again, Dave, I'm going straight off this and watching the 10th episode because I want to know what the fuck's going on. I've been waiting all day to record. But no, brilliant. And it has been a great show. I really enjoyed it, Dave. We just got to work out what we're going to do next. Then you've gone very quiet there, Dave. Hello?
Motherfucker.
Oh, you'd fucking left me then. Gone fuck off, Chris, you dick.
Never mind, drop the mic. Throw the fucking mic at Chris Phelps.
Yeah, luckily you're 200 miles away, so you can't. Unless he's a fucking good shot. Well, I'm gonna work something out, Dave. We have got something in the pipeline actually, like you suggested. So we'll see if that comes out as a show. We'll see, Dave.
Yeah, so I was thinking, I think we're a bit late though. So I was thinking about Married at First Sight. But I think that's almost done now. So I was thinking we'd catch up. But I don't know. With the whole world closing its doors, Chris, I do think we're going to end up doing reruns. So
yeah, I think we are.
Let's have a week off or something, and then we'll reconvene. But obviously, we're always open to suggestion. The whole reason we're doing this Love Is Blind is because, we were tweeted about doing that. So, definitely open. And, we are, but, no one else is. So
No. And I think as well, Dave, we're all under sort of house arrest quarantine at the moment. So we're happy to throw the podcast out. We love doing and we love watching it. And if you guys are happy or you want us to do anything, just give us some suggestions. Because if we, I'm not going to say we're going to be doing it like Love Island where we're doing like 8 weeks solid, but we genuinely, if it's a short thing and we can throw it together, because I think you're right, Dave. There's going to be no Love Island this year. No, I think that's it. I honestly think it.
I mean, if you're that way inclined, you can obviously check out our other podcasts. So the VHS Strikes Back, if you want to look at some retro movies. We also do Comics in Motion. So we look at a lot of movies and TV shows based on comic books over there as well. So we'll keep churning out something. Just reality TV wise, I think for the next few months, it's going to be a bit of a stretch.
Dave, don't you dare say that. I'm going to drag you in. Don't you worry about that, my friend. I'm going to drag you in.
Like the Don. Just when I think I'm out, you pull me back in.
Michael Corleone, Dave. Yes, I know it well. So, guys, as Dave has said, at Low Island Cast, if you want to contact us about anything you want or suggest us to review, or if you want to email us, the lowislandcast@gmail.com. So, as always, drop us a review in your podcast catching app, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye now.